Alrighty, welcome to Module 1, Lesson 12, the problem set. And in this module, we are going to solve multi-step word problems using the standard algorithm, modeled with tape diagrams, and assess the reasonableness of our answer using rounding. All right, sounds like a mouthful, so let's get started. Okay, so number 1, we're going to estimate and solve. Estimate, then solve. So we're going to estimate first, model the problem with the tape diagram, explain if your answer is reasonable. So is it reasonable? Well, first we're going to draw the tape diagram, and then we're going to do the estimating and then the exact answer. So let's go ahead and start with the first one here. And look at that. For the bake sale, Connie baked 144 cookies. Esther baked 49 more cookies than Connie. About how many did Connie and Esther bake? And estimate by rounding each number to the nearest 10 before adding. Now, this is multi-step because we need to find out a couple things. Well, we know how many Connie baked, so let's draw her tape diagram. So Connie baked 144. We know that because it tells us. That's 144 that she baked. So that is Connie. Okay, she baked 144. And then Esther baked 49 more than 49 more than her. So we have to bake. Now this is the same 144 here. Yeah, that's the same. But then to that we need to add 49 more. So that we have to add. So we have to add a little chunk to this tape diagram. We need to add 49 more cookies. Okay, 49 more. So this is still 144 here. Okay, and then we have 49. And then what they want to know is, what do they have all together? So we need to do this. This is how we show that it's all together. We put a bracket there, okay? And that's going to be them both together, combined. Okay, so let's do the estimating part. It said estimate first, rounding to the nearest 10. So if we have 144, well, 144 is approximately what? 144. We're going to the 10 spot. Okay, so 144. That's going to round to approximately, well, this 4 makes it go 0, so it's 140. Okay, so we know that Connie has about 140. But we also know that Esther has 140. But then she has 49 more. Well, 49 more, if we round it to the nearest 10, is going to be 50. Now all we have to do is add those three up, and we have our estimation. So 4 and 4 is 8, and 5 is 13. Carry the 1. So our estimating is about. So in this one, since it's an estimation problem, we could say that Connie and Esther baked about 330 cookies. So that would be our statement for the estimation, that keyword there, about. All right, so the next part of this now that we know about how many cookies she baked, now we're going to use that same information from our tape diagrams, and we're going to get the exact answer. We don't have to draw the tape diagram again. Let's just do the exact answer. So instead of doing the 140 like we did up here, instead of doing the 140 and 40 and 50, we're going to do the exact numbers, 144 and 144 and 49. Where'd those numbers come from? Came from right here, 144, 144, and 49. That gives us the answer, the exact answer. So when we add those together, we're going to get the exact answer. Well, we have 4 and 4 is 8, 9 and 8 is 17. Carry the 1. 4 and 1 is 5. Oops, I don't know what's going on there, but let's, oh, we got something weird's happening. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Let's try to change that and see if it is still doing it. Yes, it is. Something has happened to my tip here. See if we can't fix that. No, I don't think so. I think my tip is broken. All right, well, let me pause this and try to clean this up. All right, I don't know what happened there, but I think we're back in business. Okay, 9 is 17, 4 and 1 is 5, 9, 11, 13. So we have 13, carry the 1, and we have 337. So the exact amount is Connie and Esther baked exactly 337 cookies. All right, so that's what she exactly did. Now, there's only one other little thing we have to do is, well, is this reasonable? Did our estimate make sense? That's all we have to do now is the answer reasonable? Compare our estimate from A to B. So we're comparing our estimate to our exact answer and write a sentence to explain. Well, my answer is reasonable. Is reasonable. Why? Because it's very close to my estimate. Okay, so we can simply say that my answer is reasonable because 337 is very close to my estimate of 330. Well, there you go. And let's go on to number 2. And don't worry, there's 4 of these long ones, but we're probably only going to do the first 2. So let's go on to the next one. Again, always pause if you're not finished with it. We're going to go on, though, right now to number 2. All right, for this one, raffle tickets were sold for a fundraiser. And it was sold to parents, teachers, and students. 563 were sold to teachers, 888 were sold to students, or were sold to students more, actually more, don't forget that word, more tickets were sold to students and teachers, and then 904 tickets were sold to parents. So about how many tickets were sold to all parents, teachers, and students. So wow, we've got a lot to figure out here. Well, we know that 563 were sold to teachers, so we can pop that in right away. Let's do teachers first here, teachers. And we had, okay, so we had 563, okay. And then our next one, 888 were more tickets were sold, more tickets were sold to students and teachers. So I have to take the same amount that the teachers sold, and to that, I need to add a whole bunch more because it's still the 563, but to that I need to add 888 more. And this is going to give me the students, what the students bought, how many tickets. And then the last one is the parents. The parents. And it tells us that the parents bought 904. So 904 for the parents. Okay, 904. So we need to know, what they want to know is all of these. Oops, that looked a little wonky. Let's clean that up a bit. Okay. That means that we want to know all these together. So this is what we're searching for. Well, let's estimate it. It says we could estimate, so let's estimate. Well, let's see, and we're going to estimate to the nearest 100, it says, the nearest 100. Okay, so let's do the estimation, and we'll start with the 563. So 563 to the nearest 100 is going to round to 600. Where do you get 600? Well, 563, let's look right here, 563. We're looking at the first digit. The 6 means it goes up. It's between 500 and 600. And now for the students, we have that same 600, but now we have to round 888, and we can round that to between 800 and 900. Well, what's it closer to? It's going to be closer to 900. And then lastly, we have the parents, which is 904, and that's going to round to, you guessed it, 900. Now all we have to do is add all those up, and we'll have our estimate. Well, this is interesting. Well, I know that 9 and 6 is 15. And I know that 9 and 6 is 15. So 15 and 15 is 30. And you can add this any way you'd like, but you should end up with 3,000. So my estimate is about 3,000 tickets were sold altogether. So there's our estimate. About 3,000 tickets were sold to parents, teachers, and students. And now, of course, we need to find the exact answer. To find the exact answer, we just need to add up the 4 exact totals. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll add up the exact totals, and that would be 563 and 563 and 888 and 904. We just add those up, and we'll get the exact answer. Well, we have 6 and 8 is 14, and 4 is 18. Carry the 1. 6 and 6 is 12. 13 and 8 is 21. So now we have to carry a 2. We have to carry a 2. So we have, these are big. 9 and 8 is 17, and 10 is 27, 28, 29. That's a lot of adding up. And if that's too hard, you could just add 2 of them at a time and then add the other 2 at a time, then add those 2 together. But that's your exact answer. So exactly, oops, here we go again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we got a problem here. Hold on, hold on. All right, so exactly 2,900 tickets were sold to parents, teachers. All right, so there you have it. My answer is reasonable because 2,918 is close to my estimate. Well, there you go. And that's your problem set for today. If you're supposed to do number 3 and 4, according to what your teacher would like, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, that's it for the day, and I'll catch you next time, same place. Hasta la vista, baby. Psst, the recording's over. Get to work.